get the green rope.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing today? Thanks for watching my video. Um, Now here comes the fun part of the tedious chunk down. Now I'm gonna show all this in this video, so it'll be a little repetitious as far as cutting, lowering myself down, cutting another chunk, this chunk here, this chunk there. But what I tend to like to do when I get to this point in a tree, I just prefer, okay, I see the power lines off there to my right, and to my left there's the concrete pavement. So what I tend to do is just kind of keep gauging as I'm cutting where I want to cut it to, because I basically want to get it to where if I drop it, I'm well, and then not even to contemplate too, the house is right behind me. So I just want to make sure the fall zone is really good, because you know, on trees like this, there's not a lot of money in them, but at the same time, you just try to avoid making mistakes as far as damaging property or hitting the power line or hitting the house or the concrete, or even, you know, just doing damage to yourself even. But you try to, you know, mitigate those things or just try to lessen those things so it won't be too crazy. But that's what you do here, and I mean that's what I'm going to be doing here for the next couple minutes, probably about 15-20 minutes it'll take just to chunk this piece down. This was a fairly decent sized tree, and it was fairly easy. But the thing about this tree and the other ones, that sometimes when you look at them from the ground, you say, yeah, I'm gonna just climb up and just do my thing on them, but you'll run into like this part kind of crooked, you know, right there where I'm cutting at now. So it's just like where you where you was on the leader, what you thought was kind of straight, because I threw the throw rope up in it. That was a little straight up there. It was actually kind of like on a bend there. So it's always a little tricky when you're working on bends, especially if you like me. I'm one of those guys. My equilibrium, the way it is, I prefer to be standing straight up instead of stretched out sideways or out, you know, too far away from the tree. And like a leaning tree, it's got like a what seems like a 45-degree angle on it. So it's just one of those things, you know, you try to look out for and try to, you know, contemplate, you know, as you climb trees like this. But and also the part of the job was to cut this tree up. So I could have felled bigger chunks, and you'll notice this from time to time when I'm doing trees like this, that most of the time it just makes more sense if I'm coming down. Why waste all the time on the ground when I can just, and I got a little 12 on this chainsaw in case you didn't know. Um, it's a little 12 on here, so I'll cut as much as I can with the little saw and cut the chunks as small as I can until I get to the point to where I say I'm more confident that once I get what I want to get to on the ground, it won't take me quite as long because a lot of times, especially earlier on, you don't realize that cutting up the tree is half the battle too sometimes. If you depending on what kind of chainsaw you're using, especially if you come from using like a 40 cc chainsaw upward to like a 99 plus cc chainsaw. So it definitely makes a difference if you got 55 Rancher or if you got like a little Steel 300 something series. So it's one of those deals you kind of contemplate. So hey, if I can use this little beast in the tree just to cut as much as I can down to save me some time on the ground, it just makes sense. It also lessens the ground guy having to cut so much up. You got to contemplate that too. So it's just part of the cost of paying the cost of being a boss. So that's what I do. And you'll notice a lot of time I don't do a lot of notching. I used to do a ton of notching. Now I just do more like the break cut or like I guess a bad variation of the break cut. It's just as time went on, I just realized whether it's a notch or it's not. As long as it's not too terribly big, you just can do it like this and it'll just pop right off. I kind of like the control this gives me because I can angle the piece from left to right even if it's leaning, and I just only have to have a little piece of meat holding it on, so to speak, or a little piece of hinge wood, and where it just pops right off where I can control it, even in a situation like this. So that's what I wanted to say here while I'm doing this. That's a nice truck there in the background too. That's like the perfect landscaping truck too. It's like Japanese style, I guess, or the foreigner style type deal. The Zuzus and all the different types like that. They really made those really nice. But anyways, that's how what you be thinking about. At least that's where I was in the tree. These guys was grass season started about coming back here. I forget when this was actually in the year. I want to say if this wasn't January, this might have been late December. But it's like we had a really mild winter. So I mean, granted we had some snow too, but it was like, especially now here it is. As I'm editing this video, it's actually and I think this was January sometime. This is March, so about the March 11th or the 12th here when I'm editing this video now. If you're watching this, so it's a lot different now. And it's crazy. We got snow outside today, so it's kind of weird. But those guys I mean, landscaping is where it's at. I mean, if you can just stay competitive and don't kill yourself, and don't drive yourself crazy doing yards. Because I mean, keep your heavy equipment, your zero turn, and your big mowers running good. You shouldn't have no issues. But if any of that stuff break down, oh my goodness, that's why I hate it. Grass, and I stick to my trees here for the most part. I'll do a couple yards maybe throughout the year, and I've had some that I've had for quite some time that I might do. But here lately, I don't even my own front yard now. I just mulch the whole entire yard because it's just like why. But everybody's different. Some people like grass. They don't like to look at mulch. But I just don't have the time. I've been ripping and running, doing so much other craziness. And that's another reason too why there's sometimes some gaps in my videos. Sometimes I get to moving along with my family life and taking care of that. I got some issues that I don't put all over the internet, but it's life and in general. So you just have to take care of those things, and sometimes it don't always leave you a lot of time to edit videos, answer comments, and do things like that. So you'll get behind. And I'm just grateful that I do have a ton of other videos on my channel to where if you do miss me from uploading a newer video, you can go back. I have upward 400 videos that you can go back and watch in my channel and just, take those in until I can get something out for you to watch. Again, as always, I really, really, really appreciate you for watching and just supporting my channel. And also too, I know a lot of guys. If you do want to support my channel in any ways, you can do it. And what I've been doing here lately, I kind of like the cryptocurrency. So I updated some stuff in my channel. So if you go to like my watch page, my main YouTube channel page, the about section, you'll find that if you want to donate maybe some cryptocurrency, you ain't got to go crazy with it. I'm just saying if you really like what you see and you continue to just want to support me and what I'm doing, I would have definitely appreciate it. And you can do that there. I don't think I have a PayPal set up. I had a GoFundMe for a little while, but that I just, like I said, I don't really depend on YouTube money or even subscriber money to focus on helping me. Although around Christmas time the money is it's decent, and they just made so many changes where it cut out so many other YouTube partners. But I guess just in the amount of videos and the watch time that I get, I've been blessed to still be able to have some kind of revenue from YouTube, which is still great. I mean, it's always better to make something as opposed to nothing. So I'm real appreciative there. But this is my main bread and butter, just doing tree work, and then I do my buying and selling that y'all see on the side, the scrap videos, or now messing around with the cryptocurrency space, trying to do that. I like that. I think it's pretty cool, because you can take and just it's almost like you trading stocks. Before you need a broker to get involved with trading stocks or having somebody, Edward Jones company or something, to tell you what you can invest in. But with cryptocurrency, you pretty much are your own investor, so you have a lot of control. You don't have to rely on no app or anything as far as just having to worry about what's that stash and acorns and little things like that. All them apps that they showing now, you don't have to worry about that with crypto. Only thing about it's real volatile, so hey, it is what it is. You take a gamble on life and many other things, kind of like we do in these trees every day we climb. But I just wanted to mention that, and there'll be many more. I got so much footage, I can't even. My goodness, I can't even begin to explain how much footage I have here. Um, that's stuck just on this computer, on this hard drive, that I need to put out there, and that I'm slowly trying to get worked up. Sometimes if I get some really good stuff or what I think might be better to just go ahead and get on, or it's easier to edit, um, because believe it or not, sometimes it'll take a day or two just to get a nice. I ain't gonna say a nice edit, because some of my edits are really basic, and when it comes to the video quality and everything, it's just very basic when it comes to the knowledge of using iMovie, which I do. I don't even have the what's that, the Pro Logic. I can't even think of the name of the top editing software for Mac. I want to say it's Pro Logic or Pro something. Um, but anyways, it's a lot better. But I just use iMovie. I guess I'm cheap like that, and it just does what I need it to do. I don't put a lot of music in my videos anymore because of the copyright, and I try not to. And that's what limits a lot of creators too. Because you're trying to put authentic stuff out there, and you see people in the movies, and you see movies where they use soundtracks, and they got all this nice sound and everything. So it kind of, you know, some guys can do it and they get away with it, and they don't get any kind of copyright claim. Or what happens is you'll get a copyright claim, but what happens is your video, if you got a million hits on your video, and because of the copyright claim, they'll say, well, you use this music, and the money that you would have got for your channel would actually go toward the copyright claim owner. So just let's say if it's Warner Brothers own the music, or Disney Channel, or Disney, network, or with Disney Business or whatever, they would actually be the ones to benefit from you and your work as far as your video editing skills, because you tried to make it nice and sweet with a nice song or something like that. So unless you're making your own authentic music, it's hard to really do that. That's why I really like Buck and Billy Ray Smith. Um, that guy's amazing. Buck and Billy Ray, he's just amazing. And so just keep his channel in mind. I might few guys on here I watch pretty tough, but he makes his own music. He's beating those drums. It's pretty cool. So he can do his own thing, and no copyright claim. It makes it sweet. But anyways, guys, keep supporting us, tree guys, us fellow guys, and I'll try to subscribe back if you subscribe to me, and sometimes it takes a little while, but I get around to you, and that way we can support each other, because I do watch a lot of guys' videos. Sometimes it just takes some time. I got probably about up to date, I probably got at least 6,000 subscribers, but you can just imagine trying to watch all those videos from everybody, and so I do it periodically. I'll go through you guys' channels. Sometimes the guys say check my channel, I'll go look at it and just look at some videos and just put them in my watch later, and I'll get to them or get around to them. So just know that, hey, you got people supporting you, with either likes or watches or whatever. Even though it might not seem like it, but sometimes it just takes a little while for your channel to get up and going, and sometimes you have to modify your product. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. start pinching now, because all the weight is right here and back there. There we go. There we go.